Greetings, MelVee family, and a warm welcome to this podcast, My Journey with God. This is a platform where we share your story because Revelation chapter 12, verse 11 says, "And they overcame him by the blood and the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives even unto death." We believe when we share our stories, our journeys with God, our faith stories, our family stories, we gain victory over the wicked one. And so today we bring you someone not very new to MelVee Broadcasting Network. She has been here before. You have seen her teach. But today we're going beyond and behind the person you know to discover who she is. I know her as a preacher. She's a very astute student of the Bible. Prayer warrior, if I could use that title right there. But she's our beloved sister, Khumbulani Mpofu. Greetings and welcome.
Thank you, my elder.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, I'm good.
Baphilile ekhaya.
Kakhulu.
My little daughter, Umbali.
Alright, alright.
You are all alone now. She's at school, I'm told.
It's an empty nest already. Empty nest, I didn't see it coming so early.
So today we don't have the Sabbath school lesson.
Yeah.
We are not studying the Sabbath school. We are just listening to your journey with God. I remember the day I shared the idea. You were the first one to say, "Yes, my elder, I want to share my journey." Yes. So I really look forward to having you today and to share what God has done and how he has brought you thus far. There are chapters in your life that you want to say, "I saw God walk me through."
Yes.
And we really just want to share for the next hour or so. Maybe to begin, let's go way back. Mm-hmm. Back in time when you discovered, oops, I am this one. I am Khumbu. And where were you? Who was around you? What was happening? And how did those early years shape who you've become today?
Thank you, my elder. I'm Khumbulani. Mm-hmm. My maiden surname is Mlilo. I know most people don't know it.
I didn't even know.
Yes, it's Mlilo. Because they know me with my married surname.
Okay.
Yes, I'm Mlilo. I grew up in Zimbabwe. That's where I was born and bred. From the city called Bulawayo. I grew up there. I come from an Adventist family, born and bred.
All right.
So the early years of my life, I was staying with my grandmother.
Okay.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Wow. Bulawayo. We were staying in one of the townships when I was growing up, when I was primary school age. Of course, I then later changed and went and stayed with my mother and my stepfather when I was high school age. Yes.
All right.
So those early years with my grandmother, they really got me grounded and rooted in the Lord because she was a very devout Adventist Christian. So she'd make sure that I attend all Pathfinder meetings without fail.
Okay.
You know, the Pathfinder Club, to be honest with you, it's one club that I thank God for because it did form a very strong foundation. Yes, that's when, my faith in the Lord was grounded. Mm-hmm. I've always been those children who I'd always been this child who I was just drawn to the Lord at an early age,
All right.
I remember I used to look forward to the Sabbath. When I was young, I used to look forward to it. So during the week, I'm already thinking, when is Sabbath coming? Sunday, when we go for Pathfinders, I used to be so happy, So those early years really, they helped to direct and guide me as far as faith is concerned.
But you growing up with Ugogo, is she still alive?
No, she's rested. Yes,
now.
She's rested, unfortunately.
And right there with her in Bulawayo, they call it the City of Kings, isn't it? Yes. And what is going through your mind? What are some of the significant events that are happening in that space that are shaping who you are, or that really stand out to you during that time?
You see, when you grow up with the grandparent and not your parents, there's this thing that you sometimes look at other children and wish you were also with your parents. Not that there's anything wrong with your grandma. She's loving, she's everything, but there is that emptiness of a father, especially with us girls. You want to grow up with your father and your mother. You long for a 2-parent home, you know. So that emptiness, that gap that you always feel, even when you're at school, you know, they're talking of their daddies, you know. You then wonder, how come, you know, I'm not like other children, you know, what happened really? I wish also I had a father. But one thing I noticed is that for me, it then made me turn to God.
I see.
It then made me turn to God in a way that, you know, trying to have this gap filled. You know, my grandma was very loving. She was someone who loved us. You know, I grew up with my cousins.
Umbiza bani isibongo sakho?
Ugogo Umakhumalo.
Umakhumalo.
Yes, she was a Khumalo. You know, she always used to say,
royal then.
yes, royal family. Wayehlala esithi umntana enkosi, thina singabantwana benkosi. You know, interestingly, my paternal grandma as well was a Khumalo as well.
Is that
both of
so?
them? Yes.
Wow.
So
it's royal to royal.
Yeah,
throne
royal
to throne.
royal. Yes, yes. So she taught us how to pray at an early age with my cousins. I used to stay with my cousins.
I see.
You know, Gugoko, they are children from the girls' children and then guys.
The boys as
yes.
well.
So my cousins were my uncle's children.
All right.
My mom's brothers.
Yes.
So we grew up in the same home.
I see.
So she taught us how to pray. She made sure that she took us to church every week. But one thing she taught us was to pray. She never missed a day. There was never a day when we didn't have a devotion as a family. Family worship. She was very strict about it in the morning. Lord in the morning. That song. We went through it.
Wow.
You know, early in the morning. And in the evening, should without fail call us together and teach us how to pray. So that really grounded me and my cousins in the Lord. Because whenever I would feel empty, you know, why we don't have our parents with us, why we're growing up with our grandmother, we found ourselves turning to God in prayer. You know, we've just found ourselves always looking up to Him, no matter what problem we faced. I remember one day we were sleeping in our bedroom with my cousins. So there was a sound on the roof. And my cousin says to me, "Can you hear the sound?" I'm like, "Yes, I can." You know, and we got so scared. And I remember at that time, we woke up and we prayed. So that's how early I learned to pray and trust in God. We just found ourselves, we woke up, we knelt and we prayed.
Even if it was a cat, it just made you
we had to pray. That cat had to go. Up to today, we don't know what it was, but we prayed it away and it went.
Wow.
You know, so I learned to pray at an early age.
And how has that impacted your life now as you've grown up to become a mother, a woman, a professional? How has that affected your beliefs and your principles, those early years?
Yes. The Catholic Church says, give me your child the first 7 years and they will never depart from whatever you teach them.
All right.
That's so true with me, even with Adventism. Yeah, those early years are important because they ground you in the faith.
All right.
You know, they grounded me to an extent that I got to a stage where I see that there's nothing for me in this world but to pray, but to have a relationship with God. So even now, as a mother, as a preacher, as a church member, as a family member, for me, there's nothing that's more important than prayer. There is nothing whatsoever. If I'm to tell you of a testimony that happened, there are so many of them, but one of the very first testimonies that told me that, look, there is a God in heaven and he answers prayers. I remember it was 1997. I had gotten a place at the dental school to go to Harare, the dental school.
This is at the University of Zimbabwe.
No, it's called the School of Dental Therapy and Technology.
All right.
At that time, there was no dental school at the UZ. It wasn't the. They then established it, I think, a year or two later.
All right.
So there was that separate school from the university called the School of Dental Therapy and Technology. So it wasn't offering degrees, it was offering diplomas.
I see.
So I remember I had completed my A-levels in 95. And then I didn't do well. 96, I had to go back and redo.
Okay.
I went to Spaces College. Because from high school, I went to Townsend High School.
All right.
And then to redo, I had to go to Spaces College. 96. Then 97, I then applied to the dental school, that School of Dental Therapy and Technology. And I remember I got a response that they had accepted me. I was supposed to come for interviews.
All right.
So now what used to happen, when I moved from my grandmother's house, my parents, like I said, they took me and my sister. I have one sister on my mom's side.
All right.
So my stepdad and my mom, they bought a house somewhere, but in Blair.
All right.
So we had to move from my grandma to stay in their house. So they used to stay in South Africa. They were South African citizens, but they left us in Zim. So we used to stay, me and my sister, the two of us, and a helper. So we used to then visit my grandmother, once in a while. And then my parents used to come, like holidays, Easter, Christmas, they would come. So I remember I received that letter. That was early 97, February, yes. And the letter says, you need to be in Harare for interviews the following day. So in fact, let me.
So it means this letter must have been delayed in the post somewhere. By the time it got to you, the days are already.
Yeah. Remember, at that time there was no cell phone.
Yes.
There were no cell phones at that time.
Emails were even very rare. Not even there at all. Yeah. Letters were the way to communicate.
Yeah, it was a letter. I remember the postman, the one who used to wear grey and
with his bell.
Red bike.
Yes, grey and red.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, in fact, a couple of weeks before, we had seen this advert with my friends.
Yeah.
They had advertised. So my friend came to our house and says, Khumbu, did you see the advert? They are looking for people to train as dental therapists and dental technicians. I said, I'm interested. So we took the letter. We took the advert. And we saw that the deadline was March 21. And on that day, when she showed me, it was March 20. And I said to my friend, I'm late. We're late. But something in me just said, give it a try. Just give it a try, And I'm like, And at that time, they wanted copies of my certificates.
Yeah.
So I would have to walk to some post office and make copies and certify and come and buy. Remember, we used to buy envelopes and stamps and stick and all that.
Mail or whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and the deadline is tomorrow. But something just said, go for it. So I went, started the process that afternoon, ran around, put everything together, and I sent the letter. The following day, when it's the deadline, actually. But I just still sent it, March 21, I remember the dates.
All right.
I sent it. 2 weeks down the line, lo and behold, I got a letter.
Accepted.
But we want you tomorrow morning at 8 for interviews. And this is 11 o'clock, around 10, 11, they used to come at that time, those postmen.
Yes.
And my parents are in South Africa. They don't have cell phones at that time. So I will need money to travel from Bulawayo to Harare.
This is 450 plus kilometers.
Yes. And at that time, I didn't even know of a single relative in Harare. So even if I go there, where am I going to stay? Where do I even start? You know, I still remember very well that morning. At our house, there was a spare bedroom. I immediately went to that bedroom and I locked the door and I knelt down.
Did the default
setting. I knelt down and I said, Lord, you were not going to give me this place if it was not for me.
Wow.
Right now, my parents are not here. I don't know anyone in Harare. I've never been to Harare before. But Lord, I need this place. I can't let go. Please open a way for me. I don't even have money to go. You know. And then I said, how
did he answer that prayer?
And then
I'm
I said,
curious.
Amen. And I stood up.
Yeah.
And then there was a family, an Adventist pastor. He was our neighbor. So this pastor and his family, they had kind of adopted us in a way, not like paper-wise, legally, no, but just to take care of, because our parents were in South Africa.
All right.
So they just took it upon themselves to make sure we were safe, we were okay. Every day they would check up on us and my sister. So I immediately thought of my aunt next door. I went there and I said, Auntie, there is a letter. This is the story. I don't have money, but I need to go. This is now around 12 o'clock.
Midday.
Yes.
You need to be in Harare before sunset.
By 8, yes.
Yeah.
And then Auntie says, Khumbu, I don't even have money myself. Honestly, I don't have anything. I don't know what to do. You know. I went back home. I was so sad. Then that family, they had two twin boys.
Right.
And then after a few minutes, one of the boys comes running. Auntie's calling you. Koko is calling you. They used to call Auntie Koko. And then I ran. She says, you know what? I've got this money. She told me some story, what the money was for. I can't even remember. But I'll give it to you so that you go.
Wow.
When you come back, when your parents send the money, please give it back to me. I said, thank you, Auntie. I was so excited. I immediately started packing my bags. And thank God at that time there was a train every day from Blawa to Harare. Yes.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'll go to the train. I'll just go to the train. But I don't know the place. And how am I even going to see? I don't know anything. It's my first time. But I just said, something in me just said, go. And she had given me, I remember, 60 Zim dollar. And one trip was 54 Zim dollar at that time. So that means I was just going to have money to go only. And not to come back, no for nothing. But I just said, you know what? I've prayed and I'm going. So the helper that we used to stay with, she said to me, you're not going. Your parents, if you get lost there, I'll be in trouble. How am I going to explain to your parents, you are not going?
All right.
And I said, I'm going. I'm going. So we were arguing. She let me go. I said, just leave me alone. I'm going. Then I went to the station. The train used to leave at
I didn't realize you were that stubborn from that.
Yes, I was.
That stubbornness.
I really needed the place.
Yeah.
Remember, I had 1 year. My peers were already 1 year ahead of me. Those who made it to Basara. I had to.
So you had to find this
I had to find something. You know, I was, So I got to the train station. I buy the ticket. They give me that $6, which was nothing really. And I sat in the train, the economy. That's what I could afford. So the economy, if you know the coaches then, they had 2 chairs facing each other.
Exactly.
So it would be 4 people facing each other.
Cubicle,
so I sat by the window. As I sat, they came into the train, a big group of women. Okay. They were apparently coming from a congress somewhere.
In Bulawayo, yeah?
Yes. So now they were going home. Back home
right.
with their blankets and their bags. So they set the 3 of them around me. So I looked through the window because I was thinking, Lord, I don't even know where I'm going, where I'm going to sleep. How do I find this school and all that? You know, as I'm sitting looking through the window, one of them notices me. Then she greets me. She says, hi, how are you? You know, they're in high spirits. They've been praying. You know, they're filled with the Holy Spirit and all that. Then she says to me, are you okay? I can see you are not okay. And I said,
Anxious.
yes. I said, yeah, no, I'm not okay. Yeah, right, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
And then she says, okay, tell me what's happening. Then I told her my story. Then she says, oh, okay, show me the letter. She says, I want to see where this school is. Then I took the letter and I showed her. Then she says, this school is facing the gate where I stay, the flat where I stay.
Is that so?
Yeah. So I'm going to take you with me. And in the morning, I'll show you. Because that train used to get to Harare around 4, 5.
Very early in the morning,
very, very early.
Yeah.
She says, so I will take you.
I'll go with you.
Yes.
There's your angel.
Yes. From there, she just took care of me. Even in the train, she was buying food for me.
Wow.
When
you are now his person. Her person now.
Yes,
you are guest.
Yes. So when I got to Harare, she took me to her apartment.
Wow.
And I slept for a few hours. And but there's something that up to today, there was this light in that room, and it was not normal light. It was this light, Elder, that up to today, I don't know how to describe it. And I slept in the morning. She helped me. I bathed. She gave me food. Then she said, okay, let me take you to where they sit, those who sit for interviews. Then she got there. She took 200 Zim dollar at that time. Then she gave it to me. She said, this is for you to take care of you. So I had money to go back home, to give auntie, to buy food, to, you know what I'm saying?
You came back with a lot of money.
Exactly, with a lot of money, So, yeah. So
faith moved you.
Yes.
And finally you got the place, by the way.
I got the place.
You trained.
That's my career up to today. I've got 26 years experience in that career.
In dentistry?
Yes.
My Lord.
Yes, that's how it started. So my faith was grounded from that early in age. I learned to trust in God.
And you are a teenager by this time, or just over the teenage years. And here you are believing faith, prayer works mountains and moves mountains.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit more about your early years. Maybe let's rewind a little bit and talk about your primary high school years. What are some of the experiences that stand out that you say, God led me here? It can only be God during those early years with Uma Khumalo.
Yes. Yeah. You see, one thing I thank God for was I was always an A student at school. Extremely intelligent.
All right.
Extremely intelligent. Those that I went to school with, they know me, especially primary. Every year I was top, like literally every year for the 7 years of primary school, I was always tops.
And where is that intelligence coming from?
I do from God.
It's a Khumalo thing, eh? Kings and kings.
Yeah. So one, I God gave me the gift of intelligence. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I came from a financially. We were not well up, financially disadvantaged family. So that was my situation when I was growing up. So
even though mom and dad are in South Africa, where the economy was much better.
Yeah, but still
you struggled.
Yeah, remember my parents were not doing like professional jobs.
Okay.
Yes, they were not. Yeah, my mom was a helper.
Okay.
In South Africa, yes, at that time. My dad was a security guard. So still it was,
to make ends meet would be difficult at that time.
It would be.
And then maybe that explains why they had to come to South Africa. So this thing is not new, eh?
Yeah.
We're talking about way back before the independence of South Africa.
Yes.
That this was happening in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. Yeah. So those years, because of the poverty that I grew up under, I saw God come through for me for us in miraculous ways. You know, when you have nothing, my elder, you only have God. And now that I'm this old, I tend to look back and honestly thank God for the lack, because it helped me to draw closer to God. And
in fact, your story almost mimics the knowledge that many of us identify with. Education became the doorway.
Yes.
Out of that situation.
Yes.
And so we grew up knowing that if I can get my education
Yeah.
right, then I will escape this poverty.
Yes.
And many of us can attest to that.
Yeah. So for me, it was a combination of that poverty and the intelligence that I had. And I saw God pulling me through. I remember one day I was at primary school. Yeah. And teachers at primary school, they are very good at observing children. They know all the children in their class and their situations even at home. So my teachers knew.
You can say that again.
Yes.
I have my moments, and I wish I could see that teacher who said the stuff he said. Yeah, what did they say to you?
So she knew that I came from a very poor family. And she would look for ways of giving me money for lunch. Without appearing as if she's favoring me. So one day, what does she do? Just before break time, she gives us a maths problem. She says, the first one to solve it, come and get money from me.
Wow.
So that was a way of, she knew I was going to be the first one anyway. Because of my intelligence, she knew.
You would solve it very quickly.
Quickly within.
Wow.
And then I went there, then she would give. So I saw God opening ways that way for me, and that would increase my faith all the time. I remember I would never write a paper without saying a prayer first. Even when I was at primary school, I would put my pen down and I would ask God. I was an extremely intelligent person because of that, I think, as well. I would ask God, Lord, I'm about to write this paper, please help me. And always it was flying colors. They at my primary school, they even knew my grandmother on prize giving days. She would run like
and do those dances
exactly every year without fail. Without fail.
Okay.
Yeah. Until in 1989 when I finished grade 7. Yes, I even appeared on the newspaper, the Chronicle.
Really?
Yes.
What were they saying about you in the newspaper?
Just the top achiever, because they attended our school. So I was just scooping all the prizes on that day. So they just wrote a little article
about you.
Yeah, about me, and
Oh my Lord.
So I saw God there. I saw his hand, He would open doors for me, and that would increase my faith even more.
To say, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
To say there is a God for sure in heaven.
But from Ukoko, so you said at some point in high school you moved back to mom.
Yes.
So you grew up in a family where you have a stepdad and
Yes.
your mom there. How was that experience like? And how did it shape who you have become today?
Yeah. One thing I thank God for is my stepfather. He was such a loving dad.
That's very rare.
Yes, he stepped into my life and he took that father role in a way that, I thank God for, to an extent that I was actually closer to him than my biological father. Just that even when he passed away, it broke me more than even his own daughter.
It's like it was your father who actually has died.
It really broke me because he was so loving and caring. So remember when we moved to our parents' house, it was me and my half-sister now. I had a half-sister, my stepdad's child. We actually have a 16-year-old gap difference. Yeah,
so you're like a big sister then?
I'm a mother actually. I was a mother.
Deputy mother.
In fact, I ended up bringing her up because when my mom passed away, she had to move in with me and my ex-husband. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So there, that life.
And then let me take a pause there. So you are in their home. Your biological father, has he been involved in your raising up? What role has he played? And where is he in this whole picture?
He was, unfortunately, he was one of those absent fathers, to be honest with you. He's always been an absent father. He would show up once in a while, and but the relationship really never existed. I knew that my father is alive. He stays in such a place. Once in a while, maybe once a year, twice a year, we would meet. But when you've never stayed with a person, there's no connection.
Was there any pain there?
Yeah, lots of it. Lots of it simply because I do have half brothers and sisters from his side. Yeah, many of them.
with other mothers.
Yes. I would feel like he was more connected with them. He would identify more with them than me. So that pain, really, it was something that was hidden somewhere in the corner of my heart, to say, but I'm his child as well. Why would he, he would really, be there for them and not me, and me not once in a while. But I thank God then when my stepdad came through, and he really did something to the heart. And I was like, I have a father after all. But that was a scar. It was a scar that was just sitting there.
Is he still alive?
Yes, he is.
Any relationship you have kept with him?
Yeah, but it's still the same. It's erratic. It's an erratic relationship where maybe we can stay for 2 years without seeing each other. We can stay for 1 year without even talking.
Wow.
But we do talk sometimes.
Yeah, that can be a very difficult one indeed. And it really goes back to say, for me, the fact that you're the biological father, if you don't develop the relationship, the biology doesn't really mean much.
Yeah.
Because it's the socialization, it's being present, it's really being available to say, you know what, you may not be staying with me, but you are still my daughter. I'll still look after you, I'll care for you. And if that is missing, at some point when you gain that independence, they cease to be important. But I'm very interested in because later on you get married.
Yes.
And we'll get to that. And I'm very interested in his role, if at all he played any role there. But maybe let's move on to your family. You're still living with your stepdad and mom. And how does God feature and help you in that phase to shape who you have become today? How are those years, how do they contribute to who you are today?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Very interesting. I think those years were very important in my spiritual journey, because that's when really I grew up in the Lord. I grew in the Lord, in Christ. Why? Because, like I told you, my mom and my stepdad, they used to stay in South Africa. And we used to stay, me and my sister, the two of us, in that home. And she's young. Remember, we have a 16-year-old difference. So she's a baby, like literally I'm staying alone with my sister and a helper. That's what is happening. So that's when I really learned to lean on Christ and no one else. When you have no parent to check on you in the morning and in the evening, you only have God to turn to every day of the morning, every morning of the day. And you have a sister to take care of. You have no one to turn to. There's no cell phone for you to be saying, Mama, that's when I learned to depend upon God and no one else. I remember one day my sister, she got so sick that she started bleeding through the nose. She didn't have that problem of nose bleeding, but she was bleeding like I have not seen. And it's the three of us at home with the helper. She was bleeding. She got to an extent where she was weak now. I think she had bled too much. And you are just there, you're a high school student with a helper. You don't know what to do. That's when now my faith in Christ grew, because in most of those instances, the first thing would be to kneel and pray.
Yeah.
I prayed. I said, Lord, there is my sister. This is what is happening. I don't know what to do. I'm confused. But then he came through as usual. Always, all these prayers for me, he would answer instantly. That bleeding just stopped. The helper, that's when now she was trying to, calm me down. And but those years were very important. I learned to trust in God because there was no one else in my life except. And our grandmother, she used to stay a little bit far from. So we would go there once in a while, but she wasn't as close as to say we would be running to her now and then, you know. So those years really helped me a lot because I was all by myself and I learned to trust in God.
But were there days when you felt, Mom must be here? Why is she not here? This South Africa thing must stop now.
Not at all, because I understood that we needed to eat. We needed to go to school.
Okay.
If she came back, there wouldn't be any of that. So I understood that at an early age to say, she's there because she needs to work for us. We need to go eat. We need to go to school.
You know, I'm trying to think, you are almost like a child-headed household. Yes, there's a helper who's acting almost like a senior person, but really there's no parent in this home.
Yeah.
And yet in that environment, you are still the A student.
Yeah.
You don't abandon your faith.
Yeah.
You don't become this naughty girl who goes to parties.
Yes.
And who does all this nice hippie stuff for those time.
Yeah.
It must be an experience I say very few people can identify with. And I think it really goes to say a lot.
Yeah.
And again, you're coming from a broken family.
Yes.
You didn't grow up with mom and dad. So there's nothing in your life that says you should be a good girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing. That's what I'm hearing and
Yeah.
seeing. So how you turn out to be a faith-filled, prayer-basting, demon-basting, you name it, the warrior that you become in faith, it can only be God who taught you.
Yes.
And you're still attending church at this time.
Yes.
Where are you attending church?
My grandmother used to stay in a township called Emakhandeni. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yes.
So my first church in life was Emakhandeni State Church when I was with my grandma.
Okay.
Then my parents bought a house at Kwabalande, Eluvevi. Then we moved churches to Eluvevi. Yes. So that's where I was worshipping until I went to a boarding school in Pandini. Then after that, I would come and maybe go to Bulawayo City Church once in a while.
But maybe talk to us a little bit more about that prayer experience. I'm already fascinated now.
Yeah.
How did you pray? What was your prayer life like? Are you one of those who wake up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m.? How is your daily day like in terms of prayer and Bible study?
Yeah, it has. Of course, I had a devotional life in the morning and in the evening.
So what would that devotional look like? Because there were no emails or SMS or WhatsApps that are coming in with devotional. So how would it really look like for you in the mornings?
Yeah, when I was young at that stage, to be honest with you, it wasn't so much of Bible study as such, but it would be to pray. I would wake up in the morning and I'd remember that I was told the first thing you must do when you wake up, you must pray. So I would wake up and kneel and just ask the Lord, I'm about to start my day. I'm asking you to lead me, to guide me, to protect me. As I go to school, I'm asking that you be with me. Please be with my sister as well. Be with my parents in South Africa. You know, it wasn't so much of Bible study, to be honest, at that age.
Yeah.
The closest I would get to studying the Bible was maybe when we were given homework at church, maybe Pathfinders or something of that sort. Then I would be checking maybe throughout the week to say we have a homework, we're asked to do this chapter. But on my own, I wouldn't take the Bible and read it. I was too young then. Of course, now I do that. I do study.
You study it by yourself?
Yes, that is SOP. I do one chapter a day of SOP, Spirit of Prophecy, and one chapter a day of the Bible every day. Without fail.
What would Sabbath look like for you in those early days when you are alone with your sister and a helper?
Yeah. So we would, we were taught, our grandmother taught us how to prepare for the Sabbath. There she was strict. She would say, once the sun sets, I don't care whether your dress is ironed or it's not ironed. You wear it like that tomorrow to church if you didn't iron on time.
You will appear like you are.
Exactly. Because
with
you
your
did not
creases
prepare.
and all your...
Exactly. So that stuck with us. At this point, I would like to say, as parents, only if we knew the responsibility that God has given us. It's a serious one. Because it sticks with the children even when they are grown.
Wow.
When what you have taught them, they will stick to it.
Yeah.
You know, we would make sure, me and my sister, by Friday, we are ready. And we used to walk a long distance. The church, where our house was far from the church, we used to walk. So we would wake up in the morning, bath, dress up. We had a basket where we would put our food there.
Okay.
We would go and share with FIRNZAJJ. You know those straw baskets?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
they were very common in Zim then. Yeah, our grandmother used to make those and sell them.
All right.
So she had made some for the home. So we kept them. So we'd pack our food there with my sister. And then we'd
The
walk.
ones that will actually be nicely curved, and then there's a lead that they also make at the top. All
yes.
right.
There's a lid and two handles.
Yes, on the sides.
Yes, so that you
could
hold it
both
like
of
this.
them.
Yeah,
I remember that.
My grandmother used to make those and she would sell. Yeah.
All right.
So she made some of them for us to use. So we had one that we'd use to church. So I'd dress up my sister and I'd pack the basket and I'd take my sister, would walk. Yeah, it was kind of distance, but we enjoyed the walk every Sabbath morning. I think it was about how many Ks?
It will take you how many minutes to get there?
Minutes, I can't remember. Maybe in terms of kilometers, maybe 3, 4. But for children, it's a lot.
Long way.
But
yes.
we used to walk. We used to walk.
All right. And so you would walk to and fro.
Yes.
Wow.
Get to church, lunch, would share with friends, play, and then later in the afternoon, then we'd start walking back home.
Yeah. So you then going back to the experience you shared, you going by train, enrolling at the dentistry school, you spent, how long was the course? 3 years, 2 years?
Yes, it was 3 years.
So you're away from home.
Yeah.
And what's happening then? What is God doing with you now that you're getting into this professional space? You are training yourself. You are now in a new city. You're seeing new things, new people away from home. How is God shaping you for the adult life?
Yeah, now I must say that was my spiritually lowest period in my life.
What happened?
Yes, you know, we all have spiritual lows.
Yes.
Yeah, that one was my lowest.
These are valleys. There are valleys in our journey.
Yeah, that was the deepest valley spiritually for me.
Academically or socially or spiritually?
Socially.
All right.
Which then affected the spiritual.
I see.
Yes. When I got to Harare, I stayed in a hostel, student hostel for a while. In fact, I stayed with my uncle. We then discovered that I had an uncle in Harare. So my parents then phoned him and said, she got a place. Can she come and stay with you?
All right.
You know, I went and stayed with them.
Mom's sister, or is
no,
it
this
your
one is
father's
now
brother?
my stepfather's cousin.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
Yes, and they took care of me. I thank God for them, Shem. We used to worship at Highlands SDA Church.
Is that
with
so?
them, yes. They took good care of me and
That's
they
a beautiful
guided
church.
me. Yes.
Upmarket as well.
Yes.
Not far from the division. That was the church where all division people went to.
Yeah. No, it was, we were rubbing shoulders with the
with the big pastors.
the who's of the church.
Yeah.
Yes. And then afterwards, I then moved out and I went and stayed in a hostel with other students. So that's when now the spiritual law started, because I met some friends who were not Adventist.
All right.
Yeah, and they kind of influenced me in a way. That kind of disturbed me spiritually a bit. Yeah, though I really didn't like go astray, you know. I was always in church. I was still the same old Khumbu, but spiritually I was not in the right place.
So the prayer is being packed there.
Yeah, it's being affected now.
The Bible.
Yeah, it's taking the back seat a bit, you know.
But come Saturday,
church without fail. There, I never missed a Sabbath.
I have to show face.
Yeah, I have to be there.
Yeah.
I have to be there. And I still had church friends as well.
Wow.
So I had a
so you'd
church
switch
life
from the secular friends
during
to
the
church.
week, secular friends at school, at college, and then Sabbath, Sunday.
Yes.
I had a group that I was singing with, though I can't sing, but there was
were
a
there.
group that I was, So,
Alright.
yeah, it really affected my life, my spiritual life, a lot. I experienced a lot of things that were not, according to God's will. But then, that was my lowest spiritually. It was then now that God actually found me. That's when now I met God, because I was baptized first when I was 14 years old in Bulawayo. And at that time, when I was baptized at 14, I can see now that it was just because my friends were baptized, just out of excitement.
Let me also do it.
Yeah, I didn't understand the decision I was taking, and really the seriousness of all that. All my friends, my peers, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for it.
Wow.
But then, to be honest with you, I don't think I'd really understood the Lord then.
So how did God finally catch you?
So now come Harare time now, I'm in college during this time of, my spiritual law. There was a crusade, Mhando. I don't know if you remember.
Harry Mhando at the National Stadium.
Yes, that one.
Big things.
Yes, big things.
Dream big.
Yes. That's when the Lord found me. That's when I first came in contact with Christ.
All right.
I remember it was 6 weeks, that crusade.
Yes.
So every day with my friends from Harare City Center Church, I was worshiping at Harare City Center Church.
All right. Now when you moved to the hostel,
to the hostel, I was not going to Highlands. Yes, it was easy. So with my senior youth friends there at Harare City Center Church, we used to go every day to the stadium. So, as youths, you are not, even if you're at church, you're naughty, you get to church, you make noise, you're not listening. But, one thing I learned, when God really wants to choose you, he will choose you out of all those.
Wow.
I'm telling you, when the crusade finished, I wasn't even sitting with them during the crusade.
You were now avoiding them?
Yes, because I noticed that when I would go there, would sit those terraces, in
a stadium.
And they would be making noise, chit-chatting. And because I think God had brought Pastor Mhando for people like me, he used him to appeal to this deep part of my heart. So at one point, my friend was like, hey, when you get to Mhando, you can't even talk to her. She
zones out.
Zones out. She won't even hear you. And that's exactly what happened. That pastor used to talk in a way that I said, all these years, I thought I knew Christ.
Yeah, Pastor Harry Mhando had a faith that was unlike.
Yes.
And even when he spoke, it's like, my God doesn't seem like he's the same God of Harry Mhando.
Exactly. Exactly.
And he was so personal with his God, isn't he? Yeah.
Yes, it was practical faith that we experienced there. And as the weeks went by, because it was 6 weeks, I would make sure I now avoid my friends, because when I get there, I want to concentrate. I would avoid them and allow them to sit somewhere, and then I go somewhere. And Mhando was just hitting the nail on the head for me every day. Every single day.
Wow.
Until towards the end of the crusade. Remember, I used to baptize almost every week.
Yes.
I remember it was week 4 or 5. That day when the appeal came, the Holy Spirit, I felt him move me. Before he even finished the appeal, I was on my feet. I said, Lord, what else do I want? That day I met Christ. I experienced him at another level. Then I got rebaptized. At 21. I got rebaptized.
Wow.
During that time. That's when now my real
spiritual journey with God begins.
Started.
Wow.
Started. Because as I said, during those terraces, on those terraces, and listened to the pastor. And Christ would show me my life and where I was and where I was going, the path I was taking. You know, the Holy Spirit just came so strongly, you know, and I just gave my heart and my life to God.
Yeah.
But since then, I was now so grounded in the Lord. It was now testimony after testimony. Testimony after testimony. I remember one of the testimonies that happened during that time.
Yeah.
You know, as students, we students from that school of dental therapy and technology, there was no accommodation set aside for us.
Okay.
But there was accommodation for nurses, for medical students, and you know, but us we didn't have.
All right.
So I remember one day I now needed accommodation. My uncle and my aunt, they had moved to the States.
All right.
Yes, that's where they are now. So I was praying, asking God, I need accommodation, you know. And my principal, one of my principals, the head of the school, she had said to me, I have a friend who's renting out a room.
All right.
And then she organized for me to go and stay there. I went and stayed there, but when I was there, spiritually things were not okay because the God they were worshipping, I didn't understand him. It was just strange. Things were very strange, even when I left. So that day, I'm sitting in school thinking, I need to move from there. Where will I go? And then I went to the bathroom at school and I prayed. I said, Lord, I need accommodation. I'll be nowhere. Please, Father. You know, when I came out my elder and I went to class, we had a lecture. When we left the lecture, there came another lady. She was also from Blawayo. So I was used to greeting her on the campus when I would see her. Hi, how are you? So she came. She looked for me. She said, Kumba, I was looking for you. There is someone who wants to rent out an apartment.
All right.
And for me, that apartment is too big for me because it's a 2-bedroom apartment. I want someone to share with.
Okay.
That was that same day.
Wow.
When I finished the lectures, I said, yeah, you know, you don't know how much God has answered my prayer. I was looking for accommodation today.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, you can't even move in today because I've already organized, but I was looking for someone to help me pay the rent, you know. So that evening, I had moved in. You know, as a student, you don't have furniture, you don't have anything. It's just your bag
and a few books and
you know. So at every stage, God was affirming me of his love, you know. Every prayer that I would come to him with, he would make sure he answers it beyond my expectations. So it was such testimonies that were making me grow daily in the Lord, spiritually.
So are you still an A student there? Or things are also shaking?
They are shaking now. I don't even know why. They're shaking now. I'm no longer as a student
as you were in high school.
Yes, as I used to really, up to now, I don't understand how it changed. Because most of my friends were like, you still as bright as you used to be. And I keep quiet sometimes because I know that the story is no longer the same.
Yeah.
But it came back late. I think it was always connected to my stability in life at that time.
All right.
Whenever I'm not stable, whenever a part of my life is not stable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember when I know we're coming to the marriage. When I then got married, I enrolled again at varsity for a different course in industrial engineering with UNISA.
All right.
Now, because I'd stabilized a bit in life, now even the intelligence came back. Because when I stopped, I had 7 distinctions from varsity. So that's engineering.
There goes our girl.
Yes. So it's always connected to my stability, I think. Yeah.
I think you're quite right. A child or even a student needs a stable environment.
Yes.
If something disrupts you, you get affected.
Yeah.
I was even coaching a young man who was disrupted by COVID. COVID messed up a lot of people.
Yeah.
And their grades were not as great as they should have been. And so when does marriage happen? Because you're now a young girl, you're professional,
Yeah.
your degrees, your qualification is done, you're at this top-notch dental, this
Yeah.
and this, eh?
Yes.
Where does love comes from?
Yeah.
And I'm interested in how God took you through that journey and how God brought you to today.
Okay.
Because that's really the storyline I'm very interested in.
Yes. Marriage happens after college when I graduated. So I had been with someone for so long. And that's the person that everyone expected me to get married to. But unfortunately, that's not what happened.
Really?
Yes, I ended up broke up and I met someone else at church, Harare
Right.
City Center Church.
All right.
Yes, we were in the youth together, senior youth. So, you know, when you're youths, and Harare City Center Church was known for marriages.
And by that time, it was at Polytechnic, right?
Yes.
Yes.
There was a year when there were 7 marriages from the same church. Both the guy and the girl are from Harare City
Same
Center.
church.
7, you know.
Yeah.
So it was known for that because it was a youthful church in a college. So it was known for that. So I met who's now my ex-husband. I was coming from home, Bulawayo. It was after a weekend, I think. So I stood by, Kami Road where we wait for the lift. So I was standing there, going back to Harare after visiting Bulawayo. I'm standing there, then there comes this speaker, those big
The SUVs.
buckets. Yes.
Yeah, the double cabs.
Yes. So the guy drives past and then he makes a U-turn and he comes back.
All right.
So he's sitting with his friend. He's driving. His friend is sitting next to him. So then they peep through. Then I say, these guys I know, but I've forgotten where I know them from. I've forgotten that I know them from church. They're like, hi, how are you? It's you. Okay, jump in. So I was with my cousin and my sister. Remember, I was already staying with my sister. Now my sister was in primary school now. So they were like, jump in, let's go.
All right.
We sit at the back with my cousin and my daughter. These cars, these vans, these trucks. We sit at the back. And he's sitting in front with his friend. So I'm like to my cousin, I know these guys, but we're from a forgotten. So my cousin, she was, those naughty girls. My cousin was very naughty. She says, me, Mzala, I don't care where you know them from. Me, I like this one on the side. So we're just chatting and I'm like, you are so naughty. So we're just talking. So they drive us all the way to Harare. Nothing is said on that day. They ask us when we get to Harare, where do you stay? We show them the apartment in the avenues. They drop us off there.
Wow.
So the guy just drops us nicely and his friend, and then they go. So the next Sabbath, I see them in church, both of them.
I see.
Like, now this is where I know them from.
These are good people from church.
But now what disturbed me on that day when I first met them? They were playing this worldly music, this quite loudly, the gong, and it was so loud, and I like it can't.
I think that's why you couldn't associate them with church.
And I was like, don't know them.
You got confused. This is not church type.
Exactly. And we're still his friend.
Yeah.
There was a bee that has stung him on his, so he was swollen like that. So I'm like, they look like they clap, they are, I just got scared of them,
All right.
I was like, this one's no.
Yeah.
And my cousin's like, me, I want this one, the one with the swollen face. My cousin was very So they're like, I said, so you guys come here? They're like, yes. That day you where did you think we knew you from? I was like, I honestly didn't know you were. Wow. So from them, whenever there would be meetings, gatherings, I noticed that he was interested. He would make sure he sits next to me after church. Right. When you see someone is interested, he always wants to be around you, even if you're in a group. And until one day when now I had my own apartment. I had graduated. I had my own flat.
You're now working.
Yes. Yeah. So my cousin was visiting from Bulawayo. So she was at home. And I had gone to work. When I came back, my cousin gives me a business card. She says, there's this guy who came. It's a different cousin now from that one that I was.
One you were with, yeah?
She says, I know this guy left his card. He said, please call him. So I took the card. I don't know the company. I don't know the name. Because I knew this guy, but his name.
You only know by face.
Yes.
You didn't even ask the name.
And the company he works for. I didn't know. So the guy said, please call him. And I'm thinking, do I call someone I don't know this company?
What am I calling
no business with.
Yeah.
A day passed. I said, hey, I'm not going to call. I don't know this. Then my cousin's like, call. You don't know. Maybe it's business. You really don't know. You know. So I called. So when I called, he said, I'm a happy man. That was his first sentence. I'm a very happy man. So I'm trying to think, who's this happy man and why is he a happy man? I've been waiting for this call. You know, now when he's talking, I can now recognize the voice.
All right.
So it must be that guy from church. Then it grew from there. We courted for 8 months.
All right.
Yeah, though I still feel, it was too short.
You needed to spend time to understand what you're getting into.
I would really advise people to take longer than that because it's important. It's a very important stage in life.
Yeah, to get to know the person much more.
Yes.
And allow time to reveal quite a bit. Okay. So you get married.
So we get married. There's a white wedding. We got married on the 2nd of March, 2003.
All right.
So everything was just fast-tracked because I remember Lobola was paid for in December. And 2 months down the line, it was the wedding.
You had the money, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of us used to wait for a whole before you go back to do the wedding because we didn't have the money.
Yeah. And the funny part was that when we went for Lobola, both of us were not really because when we went for Lobola, we had printed our cards already. The parents didn't know. Yeah. The parents didn't know we printed the cards.
You knew your dates.
Yes.
You wanted to do this thing.
The cards were printed. The friends knew. The cards were there in Harare when they.
So you didn't even ask for the wedding day.
No, they were told that the date is this one. You
bold.
know, soon after the Lobola, they were told no, the children are asking for this date. That's the date they want, and the parents just agreed, and they discovered the rings. They've been bought, the cards had been printed. So it was a big wedding day, really. It was a very nice day.
Where was this? City Church or we went to Highlands?
It was at... we actually held the ceremony at the same
place, in the reception and the ceremony.
No. It was at Queen's Park Church.
Queen's Park,
because my ex-husband, he was from Woodville Church.
I see.
So Woodville is a branch of Queen's Park. Yes,
Queen's Park. You went to Queen's Park.
Yes, Queen's Park Church. Because my church was Harare City Center Church. And I'd lost touch with all my Blawa churches. So I couldn't use any of them. So we thought, since my ex-husband still is connected to, so let's just use Queen's Park Church. Then for the reception, we went to Emma Kumeni. I don't know if you've heard of Emma Kumeni Lodge. Yes, we went to that lodge.
All right.
That Sunday. It was a beautiful wedding day.
Happy.
But and my mother was still alive at that time.
And she came?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, she was still alive at that time.
It's a mother's joy.
Yes. So she then passed away shortly after that. Yeah.
But she died happy.
Yeah.
She knew she left you in that home.
Yes.
From Kenya.
Yes.
But the Lord led you in a very difficult and...
Yes, yeah.
And I don't know how much you want to share right there, but I think what I'm interested in is the lessons you can share with others, what God taught you.
Yes.
How
That's
did God
exactly.
reveal himself, and what are the things, if you look back, you say, you know what, I'm grateful God taught me this, because unfortunately your marriage didn't last until today.
Yes, it didn't last.
We've prayed many days, we have sought the Lord many days, and God has not allowed it to be.
Yes.
But then what has God really revealed to you as an individual in this journey? Where would you, if you were to sit down with young girls out there, the professional ones, because they don't know that we were once young professionals at some point.
They don't believe that.
We were up there. We were running the life.
It's true.
They think, we are too old. But if you look back now, it's almost how many years? 24 years?
Yes.
Way back?
Yeah.
What has God been teaching you?
Yes, I have a lot of lessons. I have been talking to young people whenever churches invite me. I feel like I owe to the young people. I owe them the lessons so that they avoid them. It's best to avoid than to learn through, the experience. Firstly, like I've already mentioned, one of the lessons I learned that I'd like people to know, take time. 8 months was not enough for us to know each other. It wasn't at all. So really make sure that I will not put like a exact period of time to say you must date or court for this long. But yeah, let it be something reasonable where you can say, I've come to know this person and I'm prepared to spend the rest of my life with. I would just suggest maybe a minimum of 2 years. Get to know the person.
Yeah. So the scenarios would differ. In your case, you didn't know this man from before.
Yeah.
You're only meeting him in this period of your life. So that lesson becomes very critical.
Yes.
But if it's a girl I grew up in the same church, I know their mother, they know me, we've grown up together. And if there's that mutual agreement and this person, you knew them from when you were growing up, sometimes it may not be necessary. But in your case, you're quite right. That you just met as adults, you don't know where he's coming from. Because and by the way, let's break it down so that people are very clear in your storyline.
Yeah.
There's the love element. It's a plant that must grow, isn't it?
Yes.
It's planted now, so allow it to see if the roots will hold. So that's why you need time.
Yes.
But secondly, there's the character of the person.
Yeah.
In various environments.
Yes.
Is at work, is at home, is at church, is with his family, and many other places. You need time. Personalities don't just boom. Because people can fake it.
It's true.
All right. And thirdly, you're also looking at compatibility for the future. Yeah. Where are they going? You need to watch them travel this journey and see where are they coming from and where are they going. So all of those things need time. And also spiritually.
Yes.
Spiritually, you can think, oh, I saw them in the prayer band. They were on fire. No, wait until they're outside.
Yes.
In different places and see how their personality grows. So I definitely agree with you that time is critical because of those 3 plus many other things that you need to observe. What other lessons did you
And also, remember, you may know the person from church.
Yeah.
But it's different.
That's just one environment. Yes.
It's different. You still need to get close to them.
Yeah.
Know them as your girlfriend now, as your boyfriend now. It's different from using them in the youth meetings.
They're standing up there, maybe singing or preaching,
it's so
their
different.
Best behavior, their best Sunday Sabbath or whatever clothing.
Yeah, you may know their family stays there, but inside the walls, you don't know. So really, you need give yourself time. Of course, like I said, I will not say so much time, but let it be something reasonable.
The heart will tell you, isn't it?
Yes.
When it really says, or when it sees something and it's worried, it will tell you, but remember that incident. Yes. You are not ready for this one. What if it happens?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And also number 2, I always tell people, I never prayed. Sister White, I never prayed for a husband, to be honest.
All right. You accepted who came.
Yes. It's just excitement to youth. He proposed and...
The hormones are high. Very excited. So they see me.
Yes, he's proposed.
Yeah.
Sister White, when she writes in the book Adventist Home, she writes about the great decision, which is of marriage.
Yes.
She says, if you are now contemplating on this big decision, big step, you need to double the time.
The prayers you make.
Yes. Yeah. If you used to pray twice a day, now it must be 4 times a day. If you used to pray 3 times a day, now it must be 6 times a day.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, if it was 0 times a day, if you multiply it by 8, it's still 0 times a day.
But you have always been a prayerful person.
Yes.
You prayed for so little things.
Yes.
What made you not pray at that moment?
Yeah, you know that spiritual law I was talking about. It affected, it still had its,
Okay.
Yes, still had its influence there. The prayer life was no longer as strong as it used to be. You know, so that really played a part as well.
In fact, what I know many people say, especially during that time, you're learning. You are now in a tertiary institution. You're proving to be a successful person. You are getting respected for your education. Money begins to flow. Your neighborhood changes. Whenever there is success, that's when many people lose their spirituality.
It's true.
So that progress is always dangerous if you're not careful.
Yes.
And that's why maybe David prayed and said, give me enough bread.
Yeah.
You know, so that I don't curse your name.
Yes.
Don't give me too much.
Yes.
In case I forget.
It's true.
And that's why maybe Deuteronomy, is it chapter 8 or chapter 11 says, when you have eaten and you are full, don't forget
yes,
that it is
Lord.
God who gave you. So that's a powerful lesson.
Yeah.
As you're growing, be careful of those spiritual blind spots.
Yes. So it was that. So I would really advise young people, if you're considering marriage, please pray. Fast. Do the fleece thing if you have to, because it's a serious decision.
Yeah.
In the same book, Adventist Homes, when Sister White writes about it, she says, some people, they date back their happiness to the day they said, I do.
Wow. That's the day it flew away.
Yes. So if you don't pray, that is likely to happen. And you don't want it because this decision of marriage, it affects you here on earth. It affects you eternally as well.
Wow.
Because some people will see heaven because simply of the spouses that they got married to.
Or they will miss out heaven.
Yes.
Simply
because of the
wrong.
choice they made. So that's how serious it is. It's not like some decision where you just go in driven by hormones and excitement. No. No. So that's lesson number 2. Number 3. One thing you have to know is that you don't marry the person only. Don't marry the person only.
Yes.
So it's important that as you learn him or her, you also get to know the family. Yes, you might stay the two of you wherever, but the family, the bigger family, will always be part of your life. To an extent that if they don't accept him or they don't accept her, the chances of the marriage surviving are very slim.
Very true.
Very, very slim.
That's very true.
That's why you find stories in the Bible, Genesis 24, where the servant is sent by Abraham to go and get...
From my own...
Yeah. That's how important...
Under a vow.
Yes. That's how important the rest of the family is. Because with us, that's one of the things that really affected us. I was never really accepted by the family. All the way till the end. So it's important. While at least you
may have your own hormones here, the two of you, lovey-dovey, you like each other, but check that would the family be happy with this person being part of my life. Because if they're not, believe you me or not, it's your home, the two of you, but they do influence it in a way. So the in-laws end up being the outlaws. Yes. Instead of being the in-loves, some people, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law. So that's lesson number 3. Check the family. So the reason why then people would need time is so that you build that relationship and get to know who they are. I like one advice that even says, check how many people from their family are still in marriage. Because if you see all of these brothers or all of her sisters are back home, there's a problem right there. You might also be back to where you come from. So check behavior sooner than you think. In fact, messages to young people. I don't know if you ever read that book. No, it's one of those that I haven't read. You should have read that one. I bought my brown one, the thick cover, hardcover. I used to have one when I was in university, and I would read it with my wife. And I encourage young people. If you don't read any other book, buy messages to young people, because there's a section where it's very instructive on how you should, prepare. It even has a statement that says, you must check how your girlfriend treats her brothers or her father, or check how your boyfriend treats her sisters or her mother. because those women are representing you.
Yes.
If he has no respect for them, he will never have respect for you.
It's true.
And then it also says, if he does not have respect for God, the vertical relationship,
Yeah.
he will never have respect for you.
It's true.
So that's why you need time to ascertain some of these things.
Yeah.
What other lesson was God teaching
And
you?
also, young people should never feel under pressure for marriage.
All right.
Don't feel like you're left on the shelf.
When others are
Yes.
getting in there.
Yeah.
But it's tough, Sister Kum.
It is tough, my
isn't it?
elder, but never feel
Yo,
that way.
when all my friends are now in their homes, they have babies, and
Exactly.
I'm still here and guess so all.
Which was my situation.
Yeah.
You know, I actually was part of bridal teams. I don't know how many. Abangani bami, they loved me. Uting bakape, like
Yeah. And you're now the senior.
I
in
was
this thing.
always, you know, I had these dresses.
see?
I had a green one in the wardrobe, maroon,
green,
light blue.
You see
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying?
Pressure.
Pressure. But
Don't allow it.
you don't allow it. It's not necessary. Because one thing for sure, we are each running in our own lane.
True.
With me, I see that God had a different lane for me.
True.
Yes, he was going to give me, but at a later stage, he had other things
Yeah.
for me to do
Yeah.
than just quickly get married.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
some people get married first and then do career, some career, marriage, some, you know, so don't put yourself under pressure, which is a mistake that a lot of our youths are making, especially in the church. You just feel, especially as a woman, you feel left on the shelf.
But given your background, did that play a role in you just falling into someone who just came?
Yes.
You didn't have a blueprint of a father who was present, maybe he came later in the life. How much of that childhood lack of a male contribute in you falling for the first one who came?
Yeah. That
Did it have
played
any
a
role?
big part. I've heard, you know what, this is my chance to experience male love, you know, and family as well.
Create my own family.
Yeah, family. You know, it did play a big part because, like I said, there was always that, you know, my stepdad tried, but there was always that emptiness that, you know,
needed a male figure.
yes, why am I not like other children?
You know, I read someone's status recently that says some days just require a husband. This is a serious sister. Some days you just need. So there's pressure to do that.
Yes, there is pressure.
And the pressure is not bad. But it's how you
handle it.
handle it.
Yeah. So it's not necessary, especially ladies out there. You are never left on the shelf. God has a plan for your life.
Wow. That's
You're
powerful.
never left on the shelf.
That's powerful.
Yes. What if he's still preparing your husband somewhere? And then when are you, you know, they say desperate times don't always call for desperate measures.
All right. Yeah.
Lest you get yourself an Ishmael.
Don't be desperate.
Yeah. They don't, to desperate times, they don't always call for desperate measures because you'll end up getting yourself an Ishmael for no reason.
And the Isaac is to come.
It's to come. By the time the Isaac comes, there's an Ishmael. You know. So no need, because the pressure, what I realized, it comes from there's some distrust in God. Because if you really trust in God, you will never feel under pressure. You will know that I know my God, I trust him. I know somewhere, somehow, he has someone for me.
Yes.
You know? So, yeah, that's lesson number 3, especially ladies. Men, they don't usually put themselves under pressure a lot. I've seen it with women mostly.
A man even at 40 years, if he's
Yeah, they
single,
take
he
their
can
time.
look around and still get a
Yes, they take their time. They don't pressurize
girl.
themselves.
After messing up a lot of girls.
Yes, you know, so unfortunately. And then number 4, you spiritually check the person like thoroughly. You'd rather not check their future plans or anything, but their spirituality. Because when someone, whether a man or a woman, when they have their spiritual life in place, everything just falls
in place as well.
Yes.
All right.
Everything just falls in place. But if they lack that part, everything else is haywire.
Falls apart.
Everything else is
And so by
haywire.
that you want to check this woman, this man, this person who wants to be part of my life, do they pray?
Yeah.
And what's their prayer life like? What is this really that's on their menu for prayer?
Yes.
Do they study the word of God? Do they even know it? Or it's just lip service?
Exactly.
And are they practicing what they know?
Yes.
And are they engaged in God's work in one way or another? Genuinely so. Not the ones who love to go and stand in front and sing and be seen. No. Mission work is off the stage.
Yes.
Do they go out to help people? Where do they spend their money? Is there proof that they are faithful to God and they're helping other people? So check what they're spending their money on.
Yes.
And I know people might say, but I don't own his bank account. But look at where he sends his money to and who he spends to. In your discussions, these things come through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can then tell there's narcissism here, there's
Yes.
selfishness there.
Yes.
This one is ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check also the birthday presents they buy for you. What does that say about them?
True. True. So spiritual life, really check it. Check, because being unequally yoked does not only talk to non-believers out of the church, but even in the church you can be unequally yoked.
Wow.
Yes. So that one's even more dangerous, because you go in there thinking, no, I now have my Isaac, but only to discover that actually, in fact, some of them out there are even better. It's the only thing they don't know is the Sabbath truth, but they are better. You know what I'm saying? So it's important. It's important. In fact, I should have started with that one. Number one, the rest will follow. Spiritually, get someone who's at your level or even higher, if possible. Someone who will lift you up spiritually.
Because spirituality is what actually comes into the home.
Yes.
The car is parked outside.
Yeah.
The money remains at the bank. The friends stay wherever they stay.
Yep.
The person who walks through the door brings in their spirituality.
Yeah.
So if the spirituality is dead or it's toxic, it's going to bleed on you.
Yes.
And you don't want that.
Yeah.
And you want to also find someone who comes to build. So it's like they build you, but you also build them. But if someone is so egotistic, they're going to want to always be the ones who have a final say. The communication gets very toxic.
Yeah.
You don't communicate like your partners. They, speak down at you and they speak bad about your life, about la la la. So a lot of things, even when it comes to the use of money, even if someone has got a lot of money, and money is not an issue in your relationship. You are also professional. You're bringing yours on the table there. But if the spirituality is off and there's no sync with God, things are going to go
haywire,
out,
south all the time. True. So that is very important. And also, this one I speak from a perspective of a woman. I know with a man it will be different, but you need someone with a backbone. Like I said, spiritually, everything falls into place. Even that, if he's in the right place, even spiritually, he will have a backbone. You don't want my elder, someone who does not have a backbone, to an extent that even if you are to have a family prayer meeting in the evening, it's you, the wife, to call, to initiate, to, what I'm saying, when someone is supposed to be the priest of the home.
Yeah.
But it's you to initiate. You're the one who's always having this burden, calling children and making sure. So you need someone with a backbone to lead you, you know, because if you don't have a backbone, my elder, you don't even have direction in which to lead me. And if my leader in front of me does not have the campus, what happens to me behind?
I think that's the cry for many women.
Yeah.
We might say feminism, otherwise this and that, but the truth of the matter is women feel loved when they find a man who knows where he is going and how he's going to get there.
Yes.
And a man who stands up and not only is a provider, but he's a protector of your home, and he's the priest of the home, and he's got all those 5 P's we talk about. And therefore, that's important.
Yeah. Because the problem is when there's lack of vision and direction, you see the leader in front, and we are at the back where we're waiting for direction. And
it's like you've been loaded into a bus, but where's the driver?
The driver. And where are we going?
It's 1 hour now. We've been waiting.
We don't
here.
even know we're going this way. And what that then does is that it tempts you as the woman to then now do something.
All right.
It is wrong.
That's where conflict begins.
I am the leader, but you now want to. But there's no direction. I don't see anything happening. You know what I'm saying?
So ladies must ask, where are we going, Baba?
Yes.
And how are we getting there?
Yes.
I need to know your daily steps, your weekly, monthly. How are you going to get us there?
Yes.
If the man is not clear, then
it's a red flag. Yeah. It's a red flag because you'll always be a confused family. Today you meet, you go this direction, tomorrow a confused family. Recently I was touched. I was staying with friends when I was doing a locum somewhere. Adventist friends. I bumped into their study room. So that family, I saw they had a whiteboard in their study room. And goals were clearly laid out there. Our weekly goals, our monthly goals, 5 years' time. You know what I'm saying? And I looked and I marveled. I said, wow, such a family can never fail. Because there's so much direction. Everyone has the plan in black and white. Everyone knows where they are going and what is expected of them.
Awesome. Sis Khumbu, these are quite powerful reflections and advice, and I know we can sit here and go through a lifetime of them. Plenty of them, and perhaps that's a keynote presentation you must do to train and help and guide our young girls. But you've been working, you've raised a fine young girl. She's in university now, out of that marriage. And God has been leading you. God has been speaking to you. I've heard you teach. I've seen you pray. You've participated in MelVee. You're one of the oldest Sabbath school members.
Yes, I am.
So your passion for serving God is unquestionable. Your desire to continue to serve has been unparalleled. But as you grow, where is God leading you? What are some of the things you're saying, if God gives me life and time and resources, I would like to do this?
Yeah. Firstly, let me say this, my elder, that at every stage God has been affirming His love for me and encouraging me in the journey. One of the testimonies that I would really love to give briefly is, the way God answered me when I prayed for a child. My daughter is a miracle baby.
Even in that marriage?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. I struggled to conceive, seriously. And one day I had friends, about 5 of them. We met for an all-night prayer. I'd have given more detail, but I'll just cut it short. We met for an all-night prayer. We prayed, my elder, till morning, praying for a child with my friends. I've never felt the presence of the Holy Spirit like that day. My friends praying, asking God for a child on my behalf. Exactly 3 weeks down the line, I conceived. That's how I got my child. So such prayers, they have been strengthening my faith. When I held my daughter in my hands in hospital, I saw how real God is. And I said, God, if you're this real, I'm going to save you. I've seen you at play. Even now when I look at her grow, she's nothing but a testimony. These are things that tell me that there is a God and I want to stick with Him. There's no way I can leave Him. Even through the divorce, I saw God carrying me through. I had to come to a point where I asked Him, Lord, you said our marriages must be heavens on earth. But this one is nothing like that. So Lord, do your will. When when I prayed that prayer, I said, Lord, let your will be done about this marriage. Sometimes we pray prayers, elder, that suit us, not what we should pray for. Romans 8. The Holy Spirit, He helps us because we know not what to pray for. Sometimes you're busy saying, Lord, save my marriage. Lord, save my marriage. When, He's really something else. You know. So such experiences have really, really helped me to grow and the faith to mature. So in future, I would love to continue with the ministry, as you know, my elder, with the preaching ministry. I'm not planning to stop anytime soon before my Savior comes. As long as He gives me breath, I will continue to spread the gospel.
Where did that preaching ministry come from? Because you were very quiet, you were reserved, you were never a loud person.
Yes.
Where did was it Harry Mohando's time?
No, not at all. That one started when I was now here in South Africa.
All right.
It's an interesting one as well. Let me quickly go through it. At that time, I was worshiping at Cheza Midrand Church.
Yes.
So we had we had a week of prayer. And it was done by Brother Methuselah Mjoli. I don't know if you've heard of him.
He's a good friend of
mine. Yes. So
the singer.
He came to Cheza Midrand Church and he did a week of prayer on spiritual gifts. So he said, this week we are going to help people to discover their spiritual gifts because most people, they don't use them because they don't know them. Not that they don't want to, but they just don't know their spiritual gifts. So this week we're going to use it to discover. So he said, we're going to do 3 things. We're going to, of course, pray, ask the Lord. Secondly, we will talk to people. People know us better.
Yes.
From a distance, they know us better. They will tell you this and that. And then the third thing, we were going to fill in questionnaire forms, you know. So, that week I took it seriously, my elder. Whenever I would get home, I would pray seriously. I took it so serious. I said, Lord, I want to serve you, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
Because whenever I tried to sing, the groups I was singing for, they were known for discord all the time. They were known for singing discord.
Don't worry.
Now I see I was the reason.
The one for singing, God took it and gave it to your daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, that was your daughter because you when now you don't have
with
it.
me, it was, and I'll try children's ministries. I can't stand children. So that week I said, Lord, please, I want to serve. But where? So by Friday, because it was going to be 1 week, Friday, I'm approached by a lady from church. She was leading Dorcas. She says to me, the zone has a meeting. The zone, Dorcas zone, zonal meeting. And they're saying the preacher must come from Cheza Midrand Church this time. And all the women at Cheza, I've spoken to them. They're saying, I must come to you. And I said, Sissy, I have never preached in my life. How can they point you to me? I have never preached. I've never been on the pulpit. She said, no, they say they have seen how you do Sabbath schools. So they feel you'll be their best option.
All right.
I said, you know, as human beings, my elder, you are praying for something and God answers. Boom. You can't see the answer. Remember when they were praying for Peter, when he came, he was a ghost now.
Yeah.
And I was refusing now when God was leading me to discover my spiritual gift. I then agreed. Then that day came, the zone, it had about 17 churches or so. So I said, if I mess up here, which means I'm messing up in front of 17 churches, it's going to be a disaster. At least if I mess up at my own church, it's okay. I can recover. But I then realized that God wanted to expose me to more people.
Yeah.
Because when I came from that pulpit, I found Dorcas leaders from all those churches. They were waiting for me at the vestry to take the number. Ever since that day, the calls have never stopped coming.
They keep coming.
Up to today, it's been since 2010.
Wow.
It's been 16 years now, going from one church to the other.
May the Lord continue to use you.
Yes.
And may that comfort you and keep you steady and focused on your Lord as He blesses you, however He's going to bless you. So you preach, let the daughter sing.
Yes, that one I'm leaving it for her.
Now, just your final thought as we wrap this up. Is there anything we've not talked about that you feel briefly you want to share with our viewers out there? Say, this one is a key part of my journey up to today, how God has led.
Yes. Like I said, at every stage, I have a testimony. At every stage of my life, God keeps showing up in a way. You know, when I'm about to give up, He comes. He comes and He carries me through.
Yes.
I remember even when my mother died. My mother died a very painful death. She was shot by someone.
Oh.
4 bullets in the head, and she died on the spot. So I saw God's hand there carrying me as well. He carried me through in a way that when I look back, I say, God, you are good. You are real. And you carry people through. Imagine you're just a girl there, a woman there, and you're told suddenly that this has happened to your mom. You know, when you didn't expect it, at least if someone was sick, you know. And God carried me through to an extent that I remember even when the time came to prepare her and we leave and take the body to Zim. I remember I was alone. And the guy came and asked for people who are coming to dress so-and-so's body. He saw me lifting my hand alone. And he said, no, I'm not going to allow you to do that. I'm not going to allow you to do that. And then he took the bag and then they went and dressed her. The mortuary people. Alone. So there are times, my elder, when I've seen God carry me through. I know that time it wasn't even me. You know, preparations and all that. I experienced God like that is so real. So in closing, I would say God has carried me up until today.
Yeah.
He has carried me through and He keeps on guiding me. You know, even this preaching thing, before she died, my mother, one day we were sleeping, just a few months before she died. We were sleeping in the same room. Then I woke up in the morning. I said, Mama, I dreamt we were in a big church. The church was huge and it was filled with people. And my mother was standing there preaching. And I was sitting there in the audience. And I was supporting her. And I was raising my hand as she was preaching and the audience was listening. And then my mother said, what? I dreamt the same dream.
Really?
I had the same dream last night. Same what you are describing. I had the same dream.
Wow.
So when she died, that's when now God called me to ministry. So I saw God's hand leading, you know. And anyway, one of the ways that God talks to me that I have not mentioned up until this point is that He talks to me through dreams as well. I dream like the thing as it is, you know. So it's one of the ways that He talks to me.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So He's been leading, He's been guiding, He's been strengthening me. So my plan is to hold on to His hand, my elder.
Yeah.
Until Jesus comes. The journey has not gone without mistakes on my part. It has not gone without pain, without disappointments, betrayals.
Yeah.
But also love and support. You know, it has been a mixture of all that.
Yeah.
But the plan is to make it through the pearly gates.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah. I don't wish you're calling on me because remember the story of that person who said, you know, people look at you now and they're like, wow, Sister Khumbu can preach. But they have no idea what God has brought you through to be where you are.
Yes.
So this preacher used to tell this young man, don't envy my calling. He says, no, I like being like you as well. So he says, please pray for me so I can be like you as well. And so the bishop started praying and said, Lord, cause him to be rejected by his family, cause him to be divorced, cause him to be... The young man said, oh,
not that.
He said, so the bishop says, that's what God brought me through
Yes.
to be here.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing that journey with us today. And we really appreciate the depth of the spiritual lessons and what God has done for you. And we wish you the best as you continue preaching until the day when He comes or when He rests you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And to those who have been watching, this has been a blessing. This has been such an experience to sit here and listen to such a story. You might have questions. You might want to hear more. Get in touch with us in case you might want Sister Khumbu to come and preach and teach at your church. Get in touch with us on the details we have put below, and we will be able to share those with you. And as we close this podcast, let me also invite you, if you have a story, you have a journey, you have a testimony you want to share that perhaps can help someone out there, do get in touch with us. And God bless you, and see you on the next one.